Hello, BookTube. It's a very dim and rainy day here. As you can tell, the bean is not happy about that. Not at all. And I thought to brighten things up, I'd read you a poem. I've gone back to the new poetry, with the book is from 1932, but the cover is from the 1960s. Someone did this for school. Obviously got a volume. This volume was used in their school, and for a class exercise, some of you will remember, you flattened out pieces of paper, folded them, and made a book cover out of them. I found it this way. So we're going to go to a poem towards the end of the book here called Atavism by Elinor Wylie, the poet Elinor Wylie, who died just a few years before this book went to press. And this poem is called Atavism. I was always afraid of Psalm's pond, not the little pond by which the willow stands, where laughing boys catch alewives in their hands, in brown bright shallows, but the one beyond, there when the frost makes all the birches burn yellow as cow lilies, and the pale sky shines like a polished shell between black spruce and pines, some strange thing tracks us, turning where we turn. You'll say I dream it, being the true daughter of those who in old times endured this dread. Look, where the lily stems are showing red, a silent paddle moves below the water. A sliding shape has stirred them like a breath. Tall plumes surmount a painted mask of death. Very nice, eloquent moment that makes part of me, the spoilsporty part of me, want to say, Elinor, it's a vole. That's all. It's just a vole. but another part of me very much appreciates that I don't have, nor have I seen in decades, a collected verse of Elinor Wylie. But when I was flipping through the book, the Elinor Wylie poem is towards the end of the book, and probably alphabetically for that reason. I noticed that something that I hadn't noticed before, and all the times that I picked this book up and read from you, which is that there's a series of biographical notes at the back of the book for every poet. I haven't read all of them yet. They're going to be a treasure trove because quite a few of these poets are completely lost to history. But they wouldn't have been lost to the editors of this volume. And I wanted to read you the beginning of Elinor Wylie's entry. Let's see here. Her first poems, like a racer's first paces, were of an instinctive yet trained precision. There was no fumbling or halting, never a stumble or a false step. To be sure, she began later than most poets, never discovering her literary gifts until she was well past 30 and disciplined by a tragic experience of life. Still, waiting beyond youth for one's debut in any art does not imply adequate practice or technique. A late beginning tends to make the first steps slow and painful. Not, however, in Elinor Wylie's case. Her earliest group in Poetry, that's Poetry Magazine, which she called her first acceptor, show her as a master of her tools, capable of artistry which admitted no compromise. Here we have at once that exactness of method, the true word, the balanced line, the close rhyme scheme, in short, the skill and polish which characterizes all of her work. We have also the personal significance, her own friendships, loves, joys, agonies, implied but never stated, suggested but never sentimentalized. That's lovely. And if that is a sign of what the other biographical notes are going to be, then this book has saved one of its greatest treasures for the very end. It's tucked in microtype at the back of the book in a way that I didn't even see. And that poem, Atavism, does indeed have lots of graceful buried lines in it, buried rhymes. It's a lovely thing. And it's our poem for today, Atavism. She's not troubled by Psalm's pond, she's troubled by the other Psalm's pond. Not the happy, gentle, peaceful, knowable place where boys catch alewives, but the other, the darker thing living underneath it, hence the title of the poem. I thought it was quite lovely. I may read some more Elinor Wylie. So that's your poem for today, Atavism, on a very dark and dim day. We'll have to hope it brightened things up a little. And I will wrap this up for now, but I will see you soon. Thank you, BookTube.